Hi, it's Mark from Top Local Lead Generation. We're here with Mr. Bernie Pollock of Pollock Automotive. We're talking about a Subaru, 2006 Subaru, and a bushing replacement. How are you doing today, Bernie?
I'm doing really well.
So we're talking about Subarus again. And so what are we talking about this time?
Yes, we're talking about this beautiful 2006 Subaru Outback here. And we're not picking on Subarus. We just tend to work on a lot of them. So we see a lot of issues with Subarus. So what we're looking at and what we're talking about today is control arm bushings on Subarus and just control arm bushings in general. This is a fairly common service on this particular model, make and model of vehicle.
So just what exactly is a bushing?
Well, it's a very good question. Bushings are used throughout the vehicle for various parts, usually where some flexibility is required. And what basically one thing that all bushings have in common, they have a metal sleeve on the outside and a metal sleeve on the inside, and then it's all held together by a piece of very dense rubber that's sort of glued to the metal. Not sure how it's manufactured, but it's all put together pretty tightly. And so on a steering suspension system, for instance, the bushings are used, and I'll show a couple of pictures here. Bushings are used to allow flexibility in the suspension system. Give me a second here. I'll get the screen share going again with the picture. So I believe we're looking at, yes. So here we have this is the lower control arm on the Subaru. Now, getting into our next question, what is a control arm? The control arm basically extends from the body of the vehicle, the frame, out to the wheel, and you can see the red arrow points to the control arm, and you can see the wheel. This is a sort of view from the center of the vehicle outwards. So the control arm is attached. Where the yellow arrow is actually the bushing that we've replaced, and we're going to talk a little more about this in a minute. But that's the bushing we've replaced. The red arrow, that's the control arm, and it basically attaches the wheel hub to the frame of the vehicle. And there's got to be a lot of movement in this part, so that's why they put the rubber bushing in place.
So is this a uniquely Subaru issue that this would fail?
Not at all. Although interestingly enough, Subaru in this particular vintage's Subaru, which started about 2005, they changed the design of the control arm bushing, and they tend to fail a lot more than the older models. That's the bushing we've replaced. The red arrow, that's the control arm, and it basically attaches the wheel hub to the frame of the vehicle. And there's got to be a lot of movement in this part, so that's why they put the rubber bushing in place. Mark, I'm not sure what's happening here with our. I just heard a.
So is this a uniquely Subaru issue? An echo happening.
Not at all. Yeah, majorly.
Although interestingly enough, Subaru in this particular vintage's Subaru, which started about 2005, they changed the design of the control arm bushing, and they tend to fail a lot more than the older models. That's the bushing we've replaced. The red arrow, that's the control arm, and it basically attaches the wheel hub to the frame of the vehicle. And there's got to be a lot of movement in this part, so that's why they put the rubber bushing in place. Mark, I'm not sure what's happening here with our. Just heard a. So is this a uniquely Subaru issue? An echo happening.
Yeah.
Not at all. Yeah, I think we're going to stop.
Yeah.
Subaru